Hi, I'm Paula, and I'll be guiding you through a gentle, short morning flow practice to help ease you into your day. Now, props are completely optional for this practice. I will be using 2 blocks. So if you have blocks or something similar to blocks at home, you're welcome to use those, but it's equally fine if you want to do this practice without. So we'll begin by finding a comfortable seat and allowing your arms and hands to rest where feels most comfortable for you. Eyes can be closed or open. And we'll begin by taking our awareness inwards. So if it feels good for you, you might place your hands somewhere on your body. So for instance, one hand on the chest and another hand on the abdomen, just to feel into your breath a little bit more easily. Noticing the rise and fall of your breathing. And beginning to gradually smooth out your breath until your inhale is about the same length as your exhale. And we'll just take a few more breaths here before we begin to invite some gentle movement. Three more breaths here. So if your eyes are closed, gently opening your eyes now. And we'll begin with a few shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, rolling shoulders up towards the ears, and as you exhale, rolling them back down. Taking 2 more of these. Allowing yourself to move at your own breathing pace. And when you've done your 3rd one, from here we'll interlace the fingers and press palms up, stretching towards the sky. Option to lift the gaze here if that feels good. And then separating the hands to bring fingertips to the floor just behind you. So you're just on the pads of your fingers. As you inhale, rolling the shoulders back. And as you exhale, drawing shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. And just thinking of the breastbone, the chest, lengthening up towards the ceiling a bit more. So it's a gentle opening of the heart. When you're ready to come out of that gentle back bend, guiding your spine back to centre. And then walking hands forwards for a very gentle forward fold. So you can let the back round, let the hands just reach as far forwards as feels comfortable for you. And slowly uncurling back up to sitting. And then leaning back on the hands, and we'll change the cross of the legs now. Just so we can stretch a little bit into the opposite hip. And then walking hands back forwards. So again, you can let the back shoulders round, letting head drop. And when you're ready, slowly uncurling back up to sitting. And then from here, we'll come around to a tabletop position, bringing your hands about shoulder distance and knees about hip distance. From here, taking a breath in as you breathe out, rounding the upper back. And As you inhale, guide your spine back to centre, letting belly button drop, tailbone lifting slightly. Allowing yourself to take 2 or 3 more of these. Exhaling each time you round the back. And inhaling each time you guide yourself to centre. And then one more. And then from here, toes tuck under, moving hips back and up towards the ceiling. Bending the knees right and left. And then from here, bringing the knees back down to your tabletop. And guiding yourself back round to a comfortable seat. From here, we'll take the right ear down to the right shoulder. An option to just stay here in this position, or you can take the left hand, the fingertips just underneath where your collarbone is, and place the palm there, and keeping a sense of these fingertips, this hand gently drawing down towards the left armpit. From here, beginning to very gently move the head, so taking the gaze downwards on a diagonal and then taking the gaze up. Doing this 2 or 3 more times. Again, letting yourself move at your own pace. And then when this movement feels complete for you, guiding your head back to centre so that you can switch sides. You're taking the left ear now towards left shoulder, so maybe you're staying here and just allowing the weight of the head create a gentle stretch down that side of the neck, or you might be taking your right fingertips down just below the collarbone here, very gentle pulling downwards of that hand towards the armpit. And then from here, beginning to move the head, taking the gaze downwards and up towards the ceiling. Doing this 2 or 3 more times. This movement feels complete for you, guiding your head back to centre. From here, taking the left hand to right knee and then taking the right hand behind you for a gentle twist. As you inhale, lengthening crown of the head upwards, so you're sitting tall. And then feeling free to hold here, or if it feels comfortable for you as you exhale, you can bring your upper body, your ribcage round a little bit more to the right in your twist. One more breath. And then carefully guiding your upper body back to centre, so you'll keep your hand where it is on your knee, and then reaching that right arm up and over into a side bend. Allowing the head to be heavy. And when you feel ready to release that side bend, guiding yourself back to centre, unwinding that twist. And then we'll switch sides. So taking now, right hand to left knee, left hand comes behind you. As you inhale, lengthening crown of the head up, sitting tall. So option to hold here, or you can gently rotate the ribcage around a little bit more in your twist. One more breath. centre. So keeping hand where it is on your knee, reaching the left arm up and over into your side bend. Again, letting the head be heavy. And then when you're ready to come out of your side bend, guiding yourself back to centre, unwinding that twist. And then from here, we'll come around to our tabletop again. From here, reaching right fingertips up towards the ceiling and then lowering that hand down. And then switching sides, reaching up and then lowering down. And from here, we'll guide ourselves to standing. So you could do this via a downward facing dog if you feel that's what your body needs in this moment, lifting tailbone up. Maybe bending knees right and left like we did last time. Or if you're coming up to standing from your tabletop, you'll walk the hands back towards you. And then lifting the tailbone up so you can walk hands back. And meet and forward fold. So likewise, if you're in your downward dog, when you're ready, walking hands back towards you. And in your forward fold, you can keep a bit of a bend to the knees, letting head be heavy, either with hands reaching down towards the ground, or we could fold the arms, letting elbows and crown of the head lengthen towards your mat. Feeling free to add some movement here, so that might be swaying upper body right and left a few times. It could be bending the knees right and left. One more breath. Pausing in the middle to bring hands to hips, pressing through soles of the feet as you guide yourself up to standing. At the top, resting arms down by your sides. And from here, guiding yourself up towards the top of your mat. And this is where, if you have blocks and you want to use them, you can have 2 blocks just placed near the top of your mat, and they can be whichever height works best for you. So finding your mountain pose, feet can be apart all together. Taking hands to heart center. As you inhale, reaching arms up. As you exhale, folding forward. So hands can come to the floor or your blocks, crown of the head down. Inhaling to half lift, so crown of the head towards the wall ahead of you. As you exhale, folding forwards, crown of the head down, and stepping right foot back, right knee lowers. And then from here, reaching arms up into your low lunge. Hands can be apart or together above the head. From here, sweeping hands behind you to interlace the fingers. And as you exhale, reaching your hands down towards the floor behind you. Option to lift the gaze slightly here. And then from here, taking hands down, stepping back to a tabletop position. Option to stay here in your tabletop and move back to your cat-cows, or you can tuck toes under into downward facing dog for an optional vinyasa. Inhaling forwards to a high plank. As you exhale, knees can be off or on the mat. Inhaling to a low cobra or an upward facing dog. And then exhaling to meet back in your downward facing dog or tabletop. So from here, if you are in a downward facing dog, you'll bring the knees down so we all meet together in our tabletop position. And then stepping now, the left foot forwards, reaching arms up. Taking the right arm forwards and left arm back. Reaching arms back to centre, placing hands down, tucking the toes under and stepping back to the top of the mat. Inhaling to half lift, exhale, forward fold. Reaching all the way up, palms together, and exhaling, hands to heart centre. So again, we'll inhale to reach arms up, exhale to fold forwards. Inhaling to half lift, exhale, forward fold, crown of the head down, stepping left foot back, left knee lowers. As you inhale, reaching arms up, hands can be apart or together above the head. Sweeping hands behind the back to interlace fingers, and as you exhale, reaching the hands down towards the floor behind you, option to lift the gaze. From here, taking hands down and stepping back to your tabletop, either to repeat your cat-cows or back to your downward facing dog. Feeling free to take an optional vinyasa here, so you could be inhaling forwards as you exhale. Again, these can be off or on the mat as you lower down. Inhale to low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling back to meet either in your downward facing dog or your tabletop. So from here, lowering knees down to tabletop if you've been in your downward facing dog. And then stepping now, right foot forwards, reaching arms up, taking left arm forwards and right arm back for your twist. Guiding arms up to centre, taking hands down, tucking the left toes under so you can lift the left knee and step forwards. Inhaling to half lift, exhale, forward fold. Press your soles of the feet to reach all the way up, palms together above the head. Exhaling, hands to heart centre. So from here, we'll take a step towards the wide side of our mats, turning the feet out, and then as you inhale, reaching arms up, palms together above the head, and as you exhale, bending knees and lowering the hips into your kanasana, your squat position, just as low as feels comfortable for the hips. Press through the soles of both feet as you inhale to reach up, and exhale to lower. Last one of these, inhaling to reach up, exhaling to lower. To hold here just a little bit longer, and you can hold still or you can gently sway right and left a few times. So from here, we'll press through the soles of the feet to straighten the legs, keeping the legs straight as you bring palms together. Exhale, hands to heart centre. Bring hands to hip and then bringing your feet round to parallel, setting the legs up for a wide leg forward fold. So option to have a block here if you want to, just in front of you on the floor or on your mat. From here, rolling the shoulders back, chin tucked slightly in to keep the back of the neck long, and then hinging from hips, leading with the chest to come forwards. And hands are either coming down to the floor or your mat, or you might place your hands on a block. So from here, the crown of your head is lengthening towards the wall ahead of you rather than towards the mat. And then we'll bend into the right knee. So right knee's bent, left leg is straight into your half or Ardha Skandasana. And then we'll straighten the legs to come back to centre and then bending into left knee. And then back to centre, taking one more of these on each leg. And then from here, you can place your block to one side if you've been using it. Walking hands around to the top of your mat, Stepping back to the plank position to lower the knees down, and then coming all the way down onto your front to set up for your low cobra. So as you inhale, lifting just the head, top of the chest and shoulders away, elbows hugging the ribs. And as you exhale, lowering down. Taking one more. And then lowering down. And then last one. And then lowering down. So palms press down to bring the hips back into a modified child's pose. So you can either place one forearm on top of the other to rest your forehead down on your arms, or if you have a block, you have the option to rest your forehead on a block. So less about trying to get hips towards heels, more about having the forehead in contact with something. Allow yourself a few breaths here, finding that steady, even breath you had from the very start of your practice. And then from here, when you feel ready to move, carefully guiding yourself either up to sitting or to lying down as we move towards the end of our practice. So if you are lying down, seeing if you can allow the palms to face up, and likewise if you're sitting, letting palms face up. Palms facing up for receiving, open to receiving all the good that's coming your way today. And I invite you, if you'd like to set an intention for your day while you're here. Now, if you have the time, you can stay here for as long as you like, whether you're sitting or lying down. But otherwise, if or when you feel ready to close your practice, it's letting hands rest where it feels right for you. Maybe it's placing hands over heart center or hands together at heart center, bowing head to your heart to thank yourself and your body for your practice. Thank you very much. Take good care, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.